Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sonali Dharmadhikari, Associate Professor at Bharati Vidyapit deemed to be University, Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune. We are going to see from the subject of Financial and Management Accounting, the Unit 6, that is about marginal costing, and in that specifically we are going to see how to make or buy decision. The contents of my presentation are learning objectives, concept refresher, quantitative considerations, qualitative considerations and decision rule. Now, prerequisite for this video lecture, you must know the basic concepts of marginal costing, cost volume profit analysis, how to find out marginal costing, which we have already considered. So, let us make a quick concept refresher. Marginal cost, while implementing marginal costing, first all costs are divided into fixed cost and variable cost, and the total of variable cost is called marginal cost, which is per unit, and the second one is fixed cost. So, why this segregation is done? First of all, to have cost control, and secondly, to make right decisions. Now, fixed cost remains fixed for a particular period of time. So, it becomes difficult to control fixed cost. So, we have done this segregation. Now, we will see how to make the make or buy decision, and here only relevant costs are considered, that is mainly marginal costs as well as if the fixed cost is relevant for that decision making, as well as all qualitative matters, qualitative factors matters in this particular decision. Now, first we will see how to make or what it means make or buy. So, the make or buy decision refers to process of determining whether a company should manufacture a product or component internally, that is in-house, in the company's own plant or factory, or to purchase it from an external supplier, that is buy or outsource. So, this decision involves evaluating both quantitative, that is cost based factors, as well as qualitative non-cost factors to identify the most economical and strategically sound option for the business. So, as all of you are aware, when you will start working as a manager, the main function is decision making, and right decisions will help the company to grow in future, and for that you have to do rigorous analysis, short term, long term, what will be the impact of decision, etc. So, what you are going to cover in this particular decision? Analyzing costs, capacity, quality factors, risk involved and strategic implications. So, let us go to see how to make this decision. Now, we will first see the situation when the company has to make this decision. So, first is capacity enhancement. Now, all of you are aware that to increase the top line, bottom line, every company is thinking of increasing its capacity, diversification. So, all these strategies you must be learning in the concept of strategic management. So, when the capacity has to enhance, the company has to make investment and it has to manage it all resources including labor. Now, second situation when the company has to make decision, that is utilization of resources for better earning options. Now, understand the situation of particular company. The company is working at a particular capacity and it got a new revenue option which is better than the current option. So, what the company will see, if it is getting more revenue by the second option, it will outsource the first option. So, all these situations are evaluated and the impact is checked on the revenue and profitability and long term how it will increase the growth or manage the company's market share. Then sometimes it happens that the company receives a big order for a certain period only. Now, this is the temporary capacity enhancement. So, the company can go for partial or full outsourcing. Now, first we will see the quantitative consideration. Now, these include total cost of in-house manufacturing. So, all of you must have learnt about the elements of cost, that is material, labor and expenses, and direct, indirect. So, total of direct is prime cost and total of indirect is overheads. So, how the company has to incur the cost while making the in-house manufacturing. All these costs are considered first. Then, if you buy the product from outside, what the company has to consider? Total cost of purchasing, that is purchase price, transportation cost, inspection cost, storage, etc. So, the alternative with the lower relevant cost and better resource utilization is generally preferred. So, while purchasing the product from outside supplier, what points should be focused? First, breakup of various cost elements like raw material, labor, power cost, indirect costs, margin, transportation cost, packaging, etc. Now, you will have a question that how the supplier will share their cost breakup. Now, it depends upon the overall long-term relations of the company and the supplier, because the company is already manufacturing the product in-house. So, the company is aware about the raw material cost, about the what are the cost elements of manufacturing the product. So, they can directly negotiate with the supplier. Then they compare this with the in-house cost, and negotiation happens between the company and the supplier at appropriate points like conversion cost, like labor cost, processing time, etc. So, it depends upon the company's reputation, company's market share and company's size. The negotiation happens on these particular points. Now, let us see the qualitative factors that must be considered while making the decision. Now, desire to expand the manufacturing capacity, that is build internal strength. So, as I said earlier, every company, every business wants to grow in future, and for that this particular point is important. So, if you want and if you can enhance the capacity, if you have that investment power, you should go for enhancing the capacity and manufacture the product in-house. Then need to direct control over the production. What happens when the company is manufacturing the product in its plant? There is full power, or it can supervise it fully. So, there can be control is also possible on their costs, on their productivity, etc. Then quality control concerns. Now, quality is the most important aspect before selling the product to the customer. So, if you want to focus on quality, it is always better to manufacture in-house so that you can check the quality and you can take the steps. Then unreliability of supplier, like risk in delay of delivery, quality issues by supplier. When you outsource, you are depending on the supplier. So, you have to face some situations like he may delay the delivery, he may deliver the goods of poor quality. So, you have to face the problems because you have to deliver your final product to the customer on time and with quality. Then lack of competent supplier. Sometimes what happens that you may not get the competent supplier who is technically sound, who is financially capable. So, you cannot identify the supplier. In that case, you have to go for your in-house manufacturing. Then small volume. If the volume is very small, you cannot outsource. You have to do it in-house itself. Then logistic costs. When you outsource the production, you have to incur the transportation cost, warehousing cost, handling cost. And one more very important point is organizational proud. So every company gets proud in saying that we have this capacity to manufacture, or we have manufactured this component in our own plant. So that there is means it's a very qualitative factor, that they get pride in their manufacturing excellence and technical capabilities and self-reliance. So everyone always think that we should be self-reliant, we should not depend on the supplier. So in that case, it is better to go for make, that is producing the component in-house. Now other side, that qualitative factors to be considered to buy the product from outside. Now sometimes the suppliers are having the expertise, that they are having advanced technical know-how, modern machinery and process efficiency. In that case, you can outsource it and you can get the advantage of that technical know-how. Then what happens? There is lack of technical expertise. Sometimes every now and then new techniques are coming in manufacturing, and in each and every field there is artificial intelligence is coming up. So every time the company cannot always adopt the new techniques immediately due to cost concerns or any other concerns. So they are not, if the company is not having the technical expertise, it is better to go and outsource it and take the advantage of the specialized knowledge, equipments, technology of the supplier. Sometimes a very small volume is needed. Sometimes the company gets a big order, and due to the limitations of capacity available, they cannot manufacture it in-house. So it is better to go for outsourcing for that particular order only. Then lack of space of production. There are some space constraints. The company's capacity is fully utilized, so the company cannot go for manufacturing. Then it is better to go and buy the product from supplier. Then strategic partnership. So as you know that the collaborations, how they help, mergers, how they help. So if the company wants to go in a long term in the strategic partnership with the supplier, so it is better to go and outsource, negotiate, have some agreements that will be mutually beneficial. In that case, it is better to go and outsource the production. Now there are some situations like the company goes for outsourcing, but company invests in the supplier's place. So these situations also happen in the practical industry situations. So outsourcing decisions are not based on the investment criteria. In that case, company may decide that to invest at the supplier end and to get the commercial advantage. So if the company invests in the supplier's place, they get the advantage of the fixed cost. The supplier will not charge the cost of investment or depreciation, or fixed cost impact will not be there on the product cost, and it will be beneficial for the company. So these are the special situations when the company has to make the decision. Always it depends upon the discussions, negotiations between the company and supplier, and the company gets advantage of this particular factor. So ultimately we have seen which factors we are going to consider while making the decision. So the decision rule is very obvious, that is, if the make cost is less than buy price, you should make the product in-house. If the buy price is less than make cost, you have to buy it from the supplier. And then you have to also consider the strategic, qualitative and all capacity factors. So overall, the decision has to be taken by considering various factors into consideration. Then only the decision will give the good output. So conclusion of this is marginal cost actually helps to identify cost effective options for the company. So you must consider qualitative aspects, quantitative aspects. So, you are aware of the decision rule of management. You have to consider the decision from all angles. You have to look at the impact in short term, in long term, and you have to take the wise decision. So, this decision is strategic, and it involves long impact, and it does not based only on cost. You have to also consider the qualitative aspects. Now, we are going to see the practical case, industry case, and how this decision is made. So, the practical aspect we are going to see later. Thank you, and you can tell me your comments that how you found the video, and you can give me suggestions to improve, and also give me topics from management accounting, financial management, on which you would like to get video from me. Thanks a lot.